Hi guys, yazi ngifuna ukunitshela something. All right. Yabona nje just over a year ago, say about maybe January, February. I didn't know much about auctions of these cars. Yes, I knew that there were bank repos as car auctions, but I didn't know the extent of this industry, how big it is. Uguti, how many of these companies are actually doing this? Because I think my first exposure to this industry was just when I just started working many years ago in the late 90s, when my friend actually took me to an auction in Durban. It was actually at Betchmos. Those days they still used to do their auctions at 7 p.m. On Wednesdays. So I stayed in Pietermaritzburg then. So we would travel to Durban. Maybe a couple of times we'll travel to Durban to try and get cars there. Some of the friends that we were with were actually looking to buy a car. And it was tough getting a car. It was tough getting a car because you would get in there, there will be a lot of armored dealers that will be standing there just in the front, basically bidding on every car that was coming through. All right. So I remember that one of the friends that I had at the time, I was not really attending those auctions anymore because I had seen enough of that commotion of difficulty of actually getting a car on auction. So I got discouraged personally. So one of these friends eventually got a car, and I must say it wasn't really the best of cars, but he got a car anyway. It was cheap. It lasted him for a few years. And personally, I had never really gone back to the auctions. I had never really bought a car at the auction because the impression that I had was that it's pointless. You go there, the dealers are going to snatch every car that is there. That was just my reality. All right. So fast forward to like now, you go to an auction, the same practice still happens. You'll still find the dealers at the auction floor wanting to buy the vehicles because they're in the business of buying and selling cars. So one of the places where they source most of their vehicles will be the auctions. But I want you to know that these auctions are actually public auctions. They are for everybody, dealers and individuals like me and you. So you just have as much right to go there and buy a vehicle as them. The risks that you face when you're buying a vehicle on auction, it's the same risks that they face themselves. So if they can mitigate those risks, you can too. All right. For example, let me speak about the issue of armor warranties that you would get when you're buying a car from a dealer, a second-hand car dealer. You can actually buy those warranties directly from the insurers that actually offer those. You can go to Google now, search for extended warranties for the car. You will get a lot of results. You can contact those people directly and you can actually get those warranties. And the power that you have is to actually go into those floors and bid for the vehicles and save money for yourself. Because let me tell you something, akekho umuntu that has got an interest, your interest at heart, more than you have your own interest at heart. All right. When somebody does a business, they're doing a business for a reason, for a profit. That is the primary motive. It's profit. And you come in as a conduit to actually, for them to achieve that profit. All right. So they are not really doing you a favor by selling you that product, by selling you that car. They're not doing you a favor by putting the car in a condition that you would love to see it. But remember, if they can spend money putting the car in that condition, it means you can also do it. If the car could still be profitable to them after having done that recon, it just means that by you actually doing exactly what they're doing, you could still save some money. The important thing you must know, Uguti, where to stop when you're actually bidding. Because guys, gatekeeping is rife. Gatekeeping is rife. And one of the reasons we wouldn't know about is those bank repo auctions. It's clearly because of that. Gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is very, very rife. Well, not just in this sector or in this industry, automotive, but any business that you want to get into, you will find people that want to, gatekeep. I mean, you want to buy a taxi today, there are gatekeepers in that industry. You want to start a supermarket, there are gatekeepers in that industry. They are not going to give information in terms of how they actually source a product, how they actually push them, how they market them so that they can make money. They know people are not going to give you that information because it's like it's intellectual property to them. That's how they make a living. Now, why I'm saying this, it's because it seems that abantu are reluctant to go to these auctions, but I understand why, because I came from the same position about those 20 odd years ago. But now I've seen this industry in different eyes since I've sort of like come closer to see it. Okay, Lana isn't those are actually possible. You just have to know what we are doing, and you must actually have the guts to actually do what you want to do. Msanukba intimidated and actually, lose some opportunities that are provided to everybody because abantu want to gatekeep information.